Scotchy Bourbon Boys are doing a Bourbon on the Banks review. And I'm getting out of the... We're going to load this baby up. Get the right... Flip that out. Flip that out. You guys can see what happens. All right. Got that in there. You're right there. You don't need to have that. You don't want to have that. I think that's going to work right there. I should be right in there. I'll make sure now. We will monitor the YouTube. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, Caravaggio, it's cool to have you. Yeah, it is cooler with the fan. You did. Randy Ford saved us at. We were did not have enough. He brought an extension cord, and he brought the and he brought a fan. We were the coolest podcast out there. So let's make sure everything's working. Click on the live. And he brought a fan. Podcast out there. Let's get myself a little bit closer. Yep. And he brought a fan. Yep, I'll turn that down. I will. Welcome everybody to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast. We monitor comments. Let us know where you're from and what you're sipping on. Tonight, we are reviewing Four Roses OBSK. There we go. Did it again. I don't know why I keep flipping off. Live. Oh my God. All right. Anyways, I don't know what this is about. I'm going to just put it here. Sound is working nice. We have somebody there. All right, real quick, we're going to do our sponsors. Our sponsors help us be able to do the things that we're able to do. We belong to different bourbon clubs. We purchase a lot of whiskey to review. We go to the festivals and we stay in hotels, and we travel around the country to bring you high-end content. One thing you can do is on a super chat. If you donate, that is available on YouTube. And then anybody else, if anybody wants to, we accept donations from our fans for getting better content. Our equipment, we paid for our equipment and hotels and I mean, it's just crazy. The laptop I'm working on right now is the original laptop. It's getting to the point where I'm going to be needing a laptop there. So there's a lot of things. So our sponsors take care of that, and donations from everybody out there, and our fans are fantastic. We appreciate everything from everybody. But Alan Bishop, if you have ghosts, you have everything. He is our sponsor. He at one point was the master distiller at the Spirit of French Lick, at the Spirits of French Lick Distillery in French Lick, Indiana. The whiskey there is still his whiskey. So if you go to the Spirit of French Lick, we visited with Brooklyn at Bourbon on the Banks, and she was 100% selling Alan Bishop's the stuff that Alan distilled. So you need, it's getting older and it's getting tastier. So check out the Spirit of French Lick. And then also Alan Bishop is now working at the old Homestead Distilling Company, and that is on Patoka Lake. You got to check that out if you can. See him there, but he also does One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. If you have any questions on any distilling, home distilling, commercial distilling, the whole any part of the process, he's there for you on One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute. And then if you have Ghost, you have everything podcast, which is one of my favorite because it mixes the ghosts of the spirits world with the spirit industry, and those cross platform podcasts are phenomenal. So check out if you have Ghost, you have everything. And then also we've got Whiskey Thief Distilling Company. Just spent Kentucky Bourbon Festival, our Kentucky, our straight up our bus tour, and then now Bourbon on the Banks. Spend some quality time with the folks at Whiskey Thief. One of the best experiences on the Bourbon Trail. They have their Frankfurt Three Boys Farm distilling. That's where they distill everything right out there on a farm. You go there and you could see the operations, but it's a barrel pick all day, every day. You could choose from, you could taste from 5 different barrels, usually a weeded, a rye, and 3 bourbons ranging from 4 to 7, 8 years. And you can, if you like one, you can thief your own barrel. Uh, Fantastic. The same experience in their newly opened Louisville tasting room, live music, quality live music, and then also that same 5 barrel barrel pick experience all day, every day. So remember, Whiskey Thief Distilling Company, uh, they do everything the way the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and it is uncut and unfiltered. And then also Middle West Spirits there in Columbus, Ohio, our Columbus affiliate. Ryan Lang just put in a 72,000 square foot column distillery right there in Columbus. Getting it's going to be a huge campus with restaurants and different things, and tours, experiences, gift shop, the whole thing. But right now, while he's building that, he's distilling. They've been distilling for over a year now, and producing some fantastic whiskey. But the craft distillery in Columbus is also open. They've never stopped distilling there, and that's where their gift shop and tasting room along with their service bar restaurant is. So if you want merch, or you want bottles, or you want the experience, stop by and see them, and then make sure that you stay for dinner. All right, Middle West Spirits uh in Columbus. They're Michelob brand right now. They're in 44 states, and you could get it right off the shelf. The cast strength is out there right now. They've got their cast strength weeded bourbon, their 4 grain weeded bourbon. They got their cast strength wheat whiskey and their cast strength pumpernickel rye. All fantastic. All priced perfectly. Make sure you check out Middle West Spirits in out of Columbus. All right, so we got it all in. There we go. We're ready to go. I'm gonna start this. You're gonna have a brief moment of silence, and then you're gonna hear our.
Let's get started.
Drinking 30, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild and sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk songs, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Raising hell to make the song noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun. Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to another podcast of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Tiny here tonight with you. Very excited to be after coming back from Bourbon on the Banks. Excited to be here. It's welcome everybody. Looking at everybody here tonight. There's John. Everybody. It looks like it's a pretty big. Even Terry Dance on tonight. We got a decent amount of people commenting. Yes, Kentucky bourbon. We got another guy saying Evan Williams is the best. That's great. We got a lot of comments going on Facebook and YouTube. Just keep them coming. Great to be back in studio. We're going to be talking about this a little bit. Is that the season of? I basically went on a run from first or second, the third week in June, all the way till the first weekend in October. It's like I've been traveling the weekends. It's just been a wild, wild ride. Started out with us in Kentucky went down with Carl, and it finished up with Bourbon on the Banks. There's just been so much seeing everybody. Great to do that, and I'm looking forward to doing the little bit of the review of this, and then also we've got the Four Roses OBSK tonight. I cracked it and I'm letting it air a little bit. I probably should put it into, we're going to be doing this in about 15 minutes. So let's get it into the Glen. Let's pre-pour this. And I'm excited for this one because this is a barrel pick or a barrel, single barrel. And I was able to obtain the OBSK when it came out here in Ohio. That's not something that I thought I was going to be able to do. And when I went down to the distillery, I was able to pick up this bottle and very excited. And we'll do a little bit of fun stuff with Four Roses as we go. But remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys, t-shirts and Glens. You all know the drill. And hopefully we'll be doing, now that we're home for a little bit, we'll be doing some we'll be making some of the bourbon balls for the holidays and everybody. So let me know. We got Steven Pitzer on tonight also. I mean, it's the full gamut on Facebook. Welcome everybody. And then also remember, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok now. Check us out on TikTok. You'll get a little bit of different type stuff. You can be a little bit more edgy. That TikTok's not. Now I noticed it's different because some of the keywords and everything that I've been doing, it's been different. That there used to be a lot more when I started back, when you can only put 5 keywords into your. Used to be able to put thousands. You could put 100 keywords, and they didn't say anything into your title. But now, a little bit different type stuff, which excites me. But we're gonna work that out. But if you haven't, follow us on TikTok now. And then also we're on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, and any place that you listen or that you watch. Check us out. Make sure that you leave us good feedback and subscribe. And if you can become a member on YouTube or even in Meta, become a member. You can even become a member on our Buzzsprout. If you check us out on audio at Buzzsprout under the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, you can become a member there also. Become a member. There's little perks and type things, and really kind of a lot of cool things that happen by being a member. So that brings us to the fun part. I wish that Super Nash or CT had joined us. That would have been a lot better for this, but I'll do a review with them because I'm sure they're going to think about different things. But it was Roxy, myself, Tiny, and then also CT, and that we were supposed to go along with Whiskey and his wife. That's what was supposed to happen. What did happen blows my mind. And so, from the time we did the podcast with Diane, Renee, and Amzi, uh, our Airbnb for the five of us that we had the year before that we really liked, I was actually going to do the chocolate tour this time, canceled on us. And that was kind of stunning because, it's a festival, that's festival week, and the place there's a lot of people in for the bourbon uh festival, so Frankfurt's hotels are filled up. So we went searching and found another Airbnb, was able to book it. 3 bedrooms, a fantastic Airbnb on Randolph Street in Frankfurt, and nothing but perfect. 3 bedrooms, everything was clean, and so initially, we go down. I take that Friday off, so we would leave early, early morning, 3, 4 in the morning, get down with all the equipment, drop it off at the riverfront site because Friday is drop off. Now, I would have to say the first 2 years, the drop off and the pickup, we did not have it down. And now this year we had it down. We were able to do everything we needed to do, get it dropped off on that Friday. But that's what we were set up to do. Then what happened was that Whiskey Thief, which throws a kickoff party at their farm in Frankfurt, in the Frankfurt area, because that's where Bourbon on the Banks kicks off. So we decided this year that I was gonna take a half day on Thursday. We'd hop in the car and we'd drive down, and we got there about 6:30 after driving from, I believe it was 1 to 6:30 to get there. Got there, fantastic time. Um, Great evening. It was from 6 to 9. We got there at 6:30. I will have to say, Willem, great shout out, who is Walter Zausch's nephew, um, recognized me. And so, what the the what would you say? I felt like I was 100% treated special. Thank you, William, for that. And then also thank you, Walter, for everything. But we got down there. We listened to the music, tasted, watched the bonfire. They burned a barrel. That was really kind of cool, watching them burn a whiskey barrel in the bonfire. And then after it was all over, that we had some food, and after it was all over, uh, we went back uh, we went to the Airbnb, and CT went to the House of Commons, and that was kind of when that was Thursday night, and myself, Roxy, and Brent Elliott was there, and he is the master distiller of Four Roses. That's another reason why we're doing the Four Roses OBSK. Got to talk a little bit with him. He was there with his wife and his daughter, I believe, just his daughter, I want to say, and then David Sandlin, the owner, was nothing but short of spectacular. Took care of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We had fun, and it was, what would you say, a really cool night. Went back to the Airbnb, woke up the next morning, I believe me, and at about 9:30 that night, or the night of that Thursday night, I talked to Super Nash and he said he was coming. He was gonna go to his cardiac appointment, and then he was gonna hop in his SUV and drive up, which at this point, then it becomes that would give us 6 at the Airbnb, which it'll hold, but we weren't sure what was happening. So we wake up the next morning, we go to the Cracker Barrel for breakfast with CT, and then we head over to drop off all the equipment at noon. Dropped it all off, got it, and got out. And that's when the fun started, or again. We went to Four Roses where I was able to pick up this OBSK. And then um we after we went to the Four Roses, we decided to go to Wild Turkey. And at Four Roses, had a drink, checked out their awesome gift shop. And then we went to after Four Roses, went to Wild Turkey. And at Wild Turkey, we checked out their gift shop. CT was able to get a bottle, the last bottle of the 8-year Wild Turkey 101. And I was able to get a bottle of Lillard and Bond. That's what I got. A bottle. So it completes my collection again of uh, WB Saffel and Lillard and Bond. I have a little bit left from the last time, but now I have a full bottle of Lillard and Bond to go with my full bottle of WB Saffel. So those two are great pickups. So was able to pick that up. We had a drink there. It was a coffee infused drink, which was very unique, and got to keep the glass. That was cool. And then we after that, we went to Larkin and had a slushy at Larkin. Greg was not there. We were hoping to see Greg when we stopped by, but that's fine. And then we went over to Buffalo Trace, did the tasting at Buffalo Trace, picked up a bottle of Blanton's, and then from there, we went to dinner. And dinner, I will just say that I'm not going to say one thing or another, good or bad. I'm not going to. Was not the was it, it was a great place, but some things happened, and it was that was the only thing that I would say that went wrong during the whole thing. So, anyways, so after dinner, we went back over to um, House of Commons where we left. We left a little bit and then came back. And when we came back, we had met up with Amzie, and then also Randy Ford was in town, and we basically I don't remember who Amzie was with, what his name was, but he was I'm not even going to get into the details. All I know is he was a special person. It was great to meet him, and the pour that we shared was off the charts. It's why I'm in bourbon. Is that old fashioned copper? It, excuse me. Wow, learn to swallow. Anyways, old fashioned copper is the 2025 is always been a bucket list pour. It's an expensive bottle that I would never pay the money that kind of money for. Even the pour, I believe, was $300 for an ounce. And he bought Roxy, CT, Amzie, me, himself. Roxy, me, CT, and at this point, Super Nash. Super Nash had made it there. So during the day, He had left. He brought air mattress, and so Super Nash makes it. It was awesome. So the six of us had a pour. Roxy is not a huge um, person who likes a lot of oak or likes a lot of she doesn't like dusty, moldy kind of stuff. She could pick up that stuff. So Randy Ford, who was there, got to taste that too. So we got to pretty much take that off our bucket lists. And that's just an honor to have that happen right there. And then I've got a share screen for everybody. You might be able to hear it on the audio, but let's see. To go back here, I gotta come over here. I believe it's when I want to share my. I didn't want to do that. Let's take that back down. Let's go share. There we go. All right. No. Host tools app more. No. Right there. Share. All right. There we go. And the screen I want to share is right there. Share. So right now, you guys can see that this Martha Lane Collins inauguration 1983 bottle of Maker's Mark for her inauguration was there. And so we, and you can, I'm going to play this. All right. Nope, that's not the one. All right. There's one. There it is. That's the one. I will play. This is we, Super Nash, myself, and CT. I took Roxy home because Roxy was just beat at this point, and so I took her home and drove back. And while we were back, David poured us this Maker's Mark.
Just the tip. He said, I don't think we're going to do that. Oh my God, Rachel's like, are you giving us permission to drink